Sexy. Say that shit, bitch. Almost brought that shit right on the ground. Holy crap, that was way too close. Man.
Sandwich. Damn, bitch, you ugly. Like I'm a vomit. Ugly.
Do my eyes and ears deceive me?
You for real look like literal garbage. You smell like eggs. You don't get no pussy.
What the frick did you just say to me, dog?
I said take a shower. You stink. Pussy ass bitch.
Gandhi.
That's right, bitch. It's me. Fuck you gonna do about it?
What the frick did you just say, bro? Oh, heck no. You better keep your frickin' mouth shut, homie. I swear to God, brother. Say it one more time. Say it one more time. I double dog dare you to open up that little trap of yours, Gandhi. Keep talking all this goddamn smack on my name. Throwing dirt on my name like it don't mean nothing to me. I'd have just take a crap right in your mouth. I'd have opened up those lips of yours, spread the teeth, just shit right in your mouth. I ain't messing with it anymore. I'm sick of it, Gandhi. I'm sick of it. What did you just say?
I said talk about some of your favorite albums.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? You know, all of a sudden, I feel compelled to talk about some music that I'm listening to in the month of November 2020. Also, whoa, I'm also all of a sudden wearing shorts. You know, fuck continuity. Continuity doesn't exist. There's also a bunch of stuff on my bed. That wasn't there. Ha ha ha, what are you talking about? The shots, this shot and the shot I just recorded beforehand were just recorded within seconds of each other. There definitely wasn't a huge chunk of time where I wasn't recording anything and putting off this part of the video. There's no way. No, not at all. What is up, gamers? Gamers! Yeah! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm currently sat atop a fucked up red rug. It's all sorts of scrunched and bunched. And for some reason, no matter what I do, I cannot get it to look good or stay in one place. It's always moving around. I guess when I'm sleeping, I'm just rambunctiously grinding against my bed, and because of that, I'm moving my bed at a very rapid pace, and that's progressively pushing the rug into the nearest wall to the back of my room. So it honestly looks like a big red fluffy wave pool in here. But yeah, the topic of today's video, if you didn't already tell by that amazing intro featuring my boy Gandhi. Everybody thank Gandhi for his contribution. He did a fantastic job. Thank you, Gandhi. You're the best. If you couldn't already tell, this video is about some music that I am listening to in my life. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and talk about it. And I'm gonna preface this video by saying I am impeccably anxious. I haven't sat down and recorded a video of me talking about things in a very long time. I've kind of just been too nervous to do it. Every time I go to do it, I mess up, and that discourages me further. So right now I'm just gonna say screw it. If what I say is not that substantial, or if I don't make that much sense, or if I come off weird. Basically, if people end up not enjoying this episode of me talking, then that's perfectly fine. That comes with the territory. That comes with the penis. Let's crack open a cold one and just get right into these albums, because I've already wasted so much of your time with that intro. My sincerest apologies. Oh, fuck. I hope this microphone's working, because if I just did that, and the mic isn't working, and the camera's microphone just picked that up, then it's going to be incredibly unsatisfying and not interesting at all. But at the same time, I might have also just broken this microphone because hella water sprayed all over it when I opened up that can for some reason. Just like a wave of mist.
Oh, shit. Daddy's pissed. I love it.
Let's get right into the list. Number 1, we have DJ Lost Boy and Taurus, The Flash. This is a pretty straightforward ambient record. It's super dreamy, super mellow, resembles some of those old new age sounds that you would have heard in like a CD that you find in a Starbucks or in like the very back shelf of a decrepit Barnes & Noble, but it has its own modern elements to it that make it very interesting and intriguing for me. It sounds just super dreamy, super weird, comforting, and also super sad. And it's the perfect kind of record to just sit and contemplate your existential crisis too. It really like captures that feeling of dissociation and confusion and weirdness that comes with being an early 20-something. So if you're looking for validation in that regard, I would definitely recommend you go and listen to that record. It's also super interesting to like hear how they manipulated sound and to like dig into the sound design of that record, because overall it's just composed really well and the sounds are really interesting and engaging. So it's like vaporwave but evolved. Up next, we got Detent or Detente. Holy shit. Life is Life. This album is very similar to DJ Lost Boy and Taurus's record, except it's also pretty different. It's the same ethos, ambient, electronic, absurd, soundscape, sound design, movie soundtrack, cinematic-esque music, except it's a lot more minimal, a lot less spacious. There's a lot less reverb and space to it. It's much more direct. You can kind of hear the sounds that he used for it, you know what I mean? Like you can hear what VST plugins or what samples or what like basic plug-in sounds he used to make it. My favorite song off that record is End of the Road, I'm pretty sure it's called. And that starts off with what sounds like either a vocoder or one of those vocal chorus synths. It's like that fake choir singing. It's like, ah. And I really like that record because it's an interesting take on ambient music, an interesting take on new age music, if you can call it that, in that it uses kind of basic sounds and it makes something grandiose and interesting with otherwise unsatisfying, or not uninteresting, but undesirable sounds that you kind of skim over. Damn, dude, I'm mad gassy. Excuse me, I have autoimmune issues. So yeah, if you're the kind of if you're the kind of person that makes music with a DAW, if you make Playboy Cardi or Tay-K type beats, you might be able to relate to this record. Anyways, talking way too much. We have a lot of shit to get through. I got my little notebook here, and let me tell you, I got the whole goddamn 10 Commandments on here. Moving on, we got two records. I'm so nervous, I'm sorry. 2 records from Burial. We have the album Untrue and his first record, self-titled, or his first full-length LP. Untrue is a 2007 album, and the self-titled is a 2006 album, and both of them are very similar sounding, except Untrue is like an evolved version of the self-titled. It's a lot more mature, thought out. The concept is much clearer, but both of them are moody, depressing, dark, rainy day dance beats. Future garage or dubstep, pretty sure that's the genre, but it sounds very rigid and boxy and clunky. It evokes a lot more emotions in that sense because it feels a lot more human than the basic like dance beats that you hear somebody make. Like, it sounds like a scrapbook of a bunch of black and white images that somebody taped together. You know, each of them have random singing samples mixed in there, and the vocals are distorted, pitched up and pitched down. The distortion on the vocals make them sound very alien and not human. If you're going through a depressive episode or some sort of sad feeling or experience, at least for me, hearing things like that is very validating and interesting because it's like, it makes your feelings feel a lot more human because you feel alien and weird. And when you hear like a heavenly, confusing, strange, distorted voice singing about love, it makes your feelings feel a lot less robotic and foreign, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's a really great record to listen to if you're riding a bus late at night on a rainy day in a city and you're missing that special someone. You're feeling sad about your current circumstances. So, highly recommend both of those. Next up, we have the 1975's Self-Titled. I think this band gets a lot of flack, but I think their songwriting and their production is very smart. Most of the songs on this record sound the exact goddamn same at times. Sometimes they even sound like moody Abercrombie and Fitch ska songs, minus the trumpet. But overall, this record's super cohesive, interesting. Chocolate, Robbers, Sex, all incredible songs, and I will listen to them until the day that I die. That's for sure. Absolutely wonderful. And I feel like a teenage girl shopping in a mall every time I listen to it, but that's perfectly fine. Next up, we have Mazzy Star, Among My Swan. I think this is one of the lesser popular Mazzy Star albums. Sometimes the minimalist nature of Mazzy Star's music annoys me and bores me because it's kind of just like and then a fake steel guitar going up and down over and over again. Sometimes it just feels too minimal. Like there's not a lot of differentiation. Is that a word? It is, but it's not the one I was going for at all. It's math. It has something to do with math. This is the bad boy that I was trying to say. Differentiation. Close enough. There's not a lot of differences between the songs, but the guitar tones are really interesting. Hope Sandoval's vocals sound beautiful, gorgeous as always, luscious. My crush has only increased tenfold, obviously. It's very folky, very American. Anyways, next up we got Organ Tapes, Hunger in Me Living. This is a very strange record. Sometimes I question whether or not I actually like it, but I feel like for the most part, I really enjoy it. And when I'm listening to it, I get really engaged with it, even though it can be overly muddy and moody and kind of messy and clunky at times too. At its best, those elements of the record are what make it super engaging and make it feel real. It feels like a DIY record. It doesn't feel masterfully crafted. Well, it kind of does. It just doesn't feel like something that has been put together by a team of experts. It feels like somebody who wants to write good songs and who's like in their bedroom making things for their own ears. They're making things that they want to listen to. And that quality to it is very endearing for me. So yeah, highly recommend. Moving on, we got Pinback, self-titled. I think this is Pinback's first record. I think this is their OG LP. And yeah, this album's super cool. It's just really great. There's not that much else to it. It's just the guitar tone is great. The songs are really catchy. Definitely grabs my ear every time I listen to it. And that was something that I didn't expect, because in the past, I kind of just skimmed through each song, listened to chunks here and there, and never got the full Pinback experience. And I didn't really like what I heard. But when I impulsively returned to it some months later, just a couple weeks ago, I really got to enjoy what it had to offer. Next up, we got Sky H1 Motion. I've been listening to a lot of records that are, I'm saying records so much, that must sound so goddamn annoying. I know when I hear Anthony Fantano or A Music Nerd or RDTV, ARTV, whatever his name is, like talk about music and they say record over and over again, I want to kill myself. So I'm trying really hard not to be that guy, but I'm so nervous that is the only word that I can articulate, so my brain is just like, we need to say it again because that's the only word we know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Sky H1 Motion. I've been listening to a lot of albums, that come from this weird European ambient scene. I don't know if they're all connected or intertwining, but a lot of the artists in that world appear on the Mono no Aware, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, compilation. So if you're interested in the vibe that I'm attempting to describe right now, go ahead and check that out. And Sky H1 is one of the people on that record, and her song on Mono no Aware is really beautiful, really luscious, calming, engaging, and she put out this little EP called Motion. The soundscape and the world that this album builds as you're listening to it is so interesting and complex. It like grabs your attention. It's not just putting you to sleep. It's not just serving as background music. It's actively asking your ears to listen. That's the best sentence I could come up with. I'm deeply sorry. I'm really drawn to the way people combine sounds. When I listen to Sky H1's Motion, I envision a very beautiful landscape. So, very nice album. 8 out of 10 in my book. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video now because that's all the albums. Covered the whole thing. See that right there? It's all done. Get out of my face. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna sit here, still anxious, jaw clenched, and hope to God I didn't make a fool of myself recording this. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Consider subscribing. If you do that, I really appreciate it. I will give you head. Peace, man. God damn.